Did you know how steel is made? Today, we're going to delve into the fascinating process of steel making. Steel is an essential material that forms the backbone of countless industries, from construction and automotive to appliances and infrastructure. But how is steel made? Let's take a closer look at the journey from raw materials to the strong, versatile metal that powers our world. The raw materials: iron ore, coal, and limestone. The journey of steel begins with the extraction of raw materials. The primary ingredient is iron ore, which contains iron in the form of oxides. To convert this iron ore into steel, we also need coal, which is processed into coke, and limestone. Coke acts as a fuel and reducing agent, while limestone helps remove impurities from the iron ore. These three ingredients form the foundation of steel making. 1. Mining and preparation. The first step in steel production involves mining iron ore from the earth. Once extracted, the iron ore is crushed and screened to produce a concentrated form that can be used in the blast furnace. Simultaneously, coal is mined and converted into coke by heating it in the absence of air in a coke oven. The coke is then cooled and stored, ready to be used in the furnace. The blast furnace, turning ore into iron. The blast furnace is the heart of the steel making process. Here, the iron ore, coke, and limestone are loaded into the furnace from the top, while hot air is blasted in from the bottom. The intense heat, reaching temperatures of up to 2000 degrees Celsius, causes the coke to burn and produce carbon monoxide, which reacts with the iron ore to produce molten iron, also known as hot metal. The limestone acts as a flux, combining with impurities to form slag, which floats on top of the molten iron and can be removed. 1. Tapping the furnace. Once the molten iron is ready, it is tapped from the bottom of the blast furnace. This process involves opening a hole in the furnace to allow the liquid iron to flow out. The hot metal is then collected in large containers called ladles, which transport it to the next stage of steel making. The slag is also removed and can be used in other industries, such as construction. See the basic oxygen furnace, refining iron into steel. The molten iron from the blast furnace is rich in carbon and other impurities, making it brittle. To transform it into steel, the iron is transferred to a basic oxygen furnace, BOF. In the BOF, pure oxygen is blown into the molten iron at high pressure. This oxygen reacts with the carbon and other impurities, oxidizing them and reducing the carbon content to the desired level. The result is molten steel, a more refined and versatile material. 1. Adding alloying elements. At this stage, alloying elements such as manganese, nickel, chromium, and vanadium can be added to the molten steel. These elements enhance specific properties of the steel, such as strength, hardness, corrosion resistance, and toughness. By carefully controlling the type and amount of alloying elements, steel makers can produce a wide variety of steel grades, each with its own unique characteristics. Decasting, shaping the steel. Once the molten steel has reached the desired composition, it is time to shape it. This is done through a process called casting. The molten steel is poured into molds or passed through continuous casting machines to form slabs, billets, or blooms, which are then allowed to cool and solidify. These semi-finished products serve as the starting point for further processing into final steel products. 1. Hot and cold rolling. After casting, the steel is often further processed by rolling. In hot rolling, the steel is heated and passed through rollers to reduce its thickness and shape it into products like sheets, bars, or beams. Cold rolling, performed at room temperature, provides a smoother finish and enhances the steel's strength and surface quality. These rolled products are then cut, shaped, or welded to create the final steel goods we see in everyday life. Conclusion: from raw materials to the backbone of industry. And that's the incredible process of how steel is made, from raw materials like iron ore and coal to the finished products that build our world. Each step, from mining and the blast furnace to refining, casting, and rolling, plays a crucial role in producing the versatile, strong, and durable material that powers industries worldwide. Steel may seem like a simple metal, but its creation is a complex and fascinating journey, reflecting centuries of innovation and engineering prowess.